Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden, What If, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back. I'm back with the finale of What If Deku had a necromancer quirk, and I'm gonna say this right off the rip. If you don't have popcorn, you don't got a little snack, you don't got anything right now, you might as well just go get it. Go get it right now, because we are in store for one heck of an episode, depending on the way you look at it. But yeah, I hope all y'all are ready for this last finale and the last part of this series, and I hope y'all have been enjoying it. But every good thing has to come to an end, and here it is. Okay, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. If you enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, and also comment down below any suggestions for future what ifs. And let's get right into the what if. Let's get it. All for One tells Midoriya that they can extend their plan a lot sooner now, and it's now time to take over what is truly theirs. Midoriya nods, and the League begins to plan. And only a couple days later, Midoriya decides to go give UA a visit, knowing that all this would burn to the ground very soon. Midoriya visits, and an alarm begins to blare, and various pro heroes and even students come out on the alarm. Nezu approaches and asks what he wants. I just want to see what any of you have to say before I burn this society to the ground. All Might then steps forward.
With heroes still alive, we will prevail.
You disgust me, All Might. You may save people, but telling a kid that is quirkless to just give up? That is despicable. All Might looks on in shock and tries to deny it. I don't care if you deny it or acknowledge it. I know you said it, because I had one of my spirits ask you. The students begin asking if that's true, and All Might continues to deny. A voice is then heard from behind everyone. Midoriya, please, don't do this. You can still be a hero with me. Bakugo steps forward as well, apologizing for what he did in the past and begging him to come back to them. I'm sorry, Eri, but there is no going back. If you want to join me, I will embrace you with open arms, but I don't plan on being a hero anymore. So many heroes have had the chance to save me from this. But now I know what I truly am. Midoriya's aura begins to erupt in a black cloak, and they all are get ready to fight. I'll see you soon, heroes. Midoriya sinks into the ground, and everyone is left in shock. But Eri stands with a straight face because of what Midoriya said. Nezu begins to tell everyone that they need to prepare for the worst, and that an attack could happen at any time. They all agree and leave to get ready, including the students. Midoriya arrives back at the League of Villains base. Where the hell were you, kid? Talking to our, hero friends. What? Are you crazy? Are you trying to screw up the plan? Shigaraki approaches Midoriya with an intent to hurt him, or at least acting like he was, and the Oni appears in front of him. Watch your tone, Shigaraki. I'm here to help you all for one, but I have my own agenda as well. Shigaraki scoffs and goes to sit down. All for One then enters, telling them both that the plan is a full go for the next day. They both agree, and Midoriya heads out the door once again. He leaves and gets information from the Oni about something unsettling. He arrives at a house and knocks on the door. A man opens it and his eyes grow wide. How'd you know? How did you come so quickly? Where is she? She's gone. I don't know where she went, but please don't kill her. It doesn't need to. Midoriya cuts him off, saying that he warned her, that he wouldn't do a thing as long as she was loyal to her new family. Midoriya snaps, and Stain appears. "Go find my mother, Stain." Stain races off, and Midoriya asks the man if he can come in. The man agrees, but still very fearful for his life. "Are you going to kill us?" "No, actually, quite the opposite. Oni, come out." The spirit Nomu arises from the ground. Oni will protect you from the incoming attack, and if any villains during the attack try to loot your family home, you have nothing to worry about. And because I don't want another child to go through what I went through. The man tries to thank Midoriya, but he tells him that there is no need to thank him. That in a way, this is his own selfish act. Midoriya goes back to the base, and 1 hour later, Stain arrives, throwing Inko on the floor. Shigaraki walks into the room. "Hey kid, why is there a woman on the ground?" "Oh, Shigaraki, this is my mother. Do you mind taking her to the doctor and telling him to do whatever he wants?" Shigaraki smirks and nods his head, taking her away, and she screams Midoriya's name, begging him for forgiveness. Midoriya heads to his room and lays down. Well, tomorrow, society changes. Midoriya goes to sleep, and the next day, All For One, Shigaraki, Midoriya, and a ton of Nomus head out to the middle of Hosu City. All For One stands in front of a news helicopter. "Listen, all of you, if you want to live, join us. Join the movement to change society for the better. If not, you will die with your heroes." As All For One finishes his sentence, All Might shows up with tons of heroes.
"All For One, you will be defeated today."
All Might begins to fight All For One, and Shigaraki nods to Midoriya, and the dead begins to rise. Shigaraki drops down next to the undead, and they begin fighting the pro heroes. Midoriya enters the battle, seeing Eri and various other heroes he deems as true heroes. He walks through the crowd and approaches Eri, telling her this is her last chance, and she tells him that she will bring him back to the light. Eri begins to rewind Midoriya back to trying to get him back to when he was 4 years old, when he didn't hate everything. But when she began doing that, his body just poofed from existence. The real Midoriya was sitting on a rooftop, looking down, realizing that she was not taking his offer. "Very well, I guess I'll have to kill them all." The real Midoriya walks to the crowd, and Eri and various others look in shock. Midoriya summons both Stain and Endeavor to fight, and they begin fighting the pro heroes. He floats above them, using his dark magic, and speaks. "You all could be part of a great society. One that is controlled. One that is..." Midoriya is cut off, and pro hero Mirko kicks him in the face, sending him flying. He comes out of the rubble, slightly hurt, but nowhere near dead. "Impressive, the rabbit hero herself. You'll make a great puppet." She scoffs, and they begin to fight, and Mirko trash talks his lack of hand-to-hand combat skills, but Midoriya just smiles as a blade comes from the ground, slicing her. Cutting into her was Stain, and he uses his quirk to paralyze her. "Sorry about that, Mirko. You really are an impressive hero, but unfortunately, your strength can be used for another purpose." Midoriya begins killing her using dark magic, but as he does this, a man phases through the ground and punches him away. She thanks Lemillion for the save, and he points to Midoriya, telling him to give up now. "Lemillion, the successor of All Might himself." "How do you know that?" "I have eyes everywhere, Lemillion. Anywhere you go, I know you're there. Any training you do, I know what you worked on." Lemillion looks at him in shock, thinking that this kid is a psychopath. I even know what you're thinking, Lemillion. I'm some sort of psycho, right? Someone who's rotten to the core. But have you ever thought that the reason why I'm like this is because of people like him? Midoriya points toward All Might. So unfortunately, because of his mistake, you all must die. Midoriya charges at him, but his punch phases through him. But right when Mirio unphases, a spirit punches him in the face as well. Midoriya begins beating Mirio senseless, being able to predict pretty much every time he phases and unphases out of, of the ground of anything. Don't worry, Lemillion. You'll have a great purpose. Midoriya kills Mirio, and Night Eye and All Might scream. Don't be sad, All Might. You have something else to be worried about. All for One punches All Might and he goes flying. Night Eye then begins to freak out while fighting. Damn it, this isn't supposed to end like this. This kid, he broke what was supposed to be set in stone. Mirio begins rising from the ground with One for All within him at 100%, without the strain of his normal human body, proceeding to annihilate most of the other heroes. Midoriya walks up to Shigaraki and continues the destruction of the heroes that are left, but All for One, with a last-ditch effort from All Might, is defeated with nothing left of All Might. All for One, now knocked out, more pro heroes enter trying to help the fight, but Midoriya and Shigaraki go to help protect All for One. Kid, get Master out of here. I'll kill the rest of them. No, I don't think so, Shigaraki. Midoriya then kills Shigaraki and then proceeds to kill an unconscious All for One. The two of them rise from the dead, and the heroes, including All Might, just look on in shock. Midoriya proceeds to kill everyone, except for All Might, Aizawa, Bakugo, and Eri. Midoriya walks up to Aizawa, and in a last-ditch effort, he tries to erase his quirk. Come on, Eraserhead. What I have is no quirk. Even you should know that by now. Eraserhead steps in front of his students ready to fight, but two spirits pull away Eri and Aizawa. I want to kill you first, Kacchan. Midoriya walks up to him, and he explodes Midoriya's face, but nothing happens. Pain is irrelevant to me now. And honestly, I changed my mind. I don't want to kill you. I just figured something out better. Midoriya has Stain slice off both the Bakugo's arms, and he kicks him to the ground.
Young Bakugo!
Don't worry, All Might. Like I said earlier, you'll be next. Midoriya walks to him and hears the pleas of Eri telling him to stop. Midoriya just smirks, but then his aura began to become sporadic, and he screams in pain. Damn it, not now! The Oni, sensing this, comes to Midoriya.
Master, it's time!
Midoriya looks to him, but before he could transform himself into the Oni, Eri begins to use her quirk upon him. What nobody knew was that Midoriya, every time he would revive the dead, his life would tick by faster and faster. He had a backup plan for this whole time, but not even he could think that the degradation would happen this soon. Eri continues to revert Midoriya but is crying. She screams that she wants the old Midoriya back, but then the Oni, under his own judgment, kills Eri, stopping her and merging with Midoriya. Midoriya, now back to his normal self, walks over to Eri's body, picking her up. I won't revive you. You deserve to go to heaven and not be stuck in this hellhole. Midoriya has a spirit take her away, and he proceeds to kill Aizawa and All Might, leaving Bakugo there to bleed out. Now having an army made up of pro heroes in Japan, and all major villains as well, he began his assault, taking over the entirety of Japan. Countries all around the world heard of this and even nuked Japan as a way of stopping him. But this just made everything worse. Every survivor, every person who was hiding, then got risen from the grave, making his army larger. Midoriya headed to the US, where he was met by pros and even a news helicopter. He looked at the helicopter and spoke. "I'm Izuku Midoriya, the one who will make society whole again." Years later, the undead were scattered everywhere, and Midoriya began making the world exactly in his image. Heroes that protected and villains who had real goals. For him, though, he sat back and watched as the world he created was perfect. And that's it. That's a wrap for this series. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I know I had a decent amount of people saying that they really wanted a Villain Deku story. I had no intention of turning him into a hero. I know a lot of people were kind of afraid of that they were gonna the whole Eri thing would turn him back or whatever. I literally had no intention of doing that at all, but I really did not want to spoil anything for anybody. So all the people that were saying please don't turn him back, whatever, I literally just didn't respond to. So yeah. But yeah, I hope this ending is good for y'all and y'all enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, comment down below any suggestions for any future what ifs. Now that this what if is over, opens up a little slot for another what if to come in the next couple days or so, or the next 3 days or so, something like that. But yeah, leave comments below. And yeah, that's about it. And I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.